Hello. Thank you for visiting the Fellowship of Reason website. My name is Martin Cowen, and I founded the Fellowship of Reason. Since November the 1st, 1998, we have been meeting regularly. The Fellowship of Reason studies ethics, philosophy generally, and culture. Our group is open to everyone. Our major education is continuing adult education. We facilitate a classic education for our members. During the month, our members enjoy up to 10 activities, which I will list for you categorized into 3 separate categories. The first category is education, the second category is social, and the third category is athletic. Within the educational category, we have 5 activities. Forum, a celebration of human achievement, for Sunday school, for poetry club, for book club, and for discussion and tape lectures. Forum is our main activity. We meet on the first Sunday of every month at 11 a.m. in a little Baptist church from the Civil War era in Smyrna, Georgia. The church is owned by the Atlanta Free Thought Society, and we rent a space from them. It is a fabulous space. The location, as I said, is in Smyrna, Georgia, and it's just off of I-285 at exit 16. Forum is an exactly 1-hour activity, and it is performed by between 3 and 4 members of our group. Typically, one of our young people will perform a musical piece, perhaps on the piano. And then there are 2 major speeches. One speech is called A Celebration of Freedom, or perhaps some other title, and it lasts about 10 minutes. The other major speech is called Oratory, and it lasts up to 20 minutes. These speeches, the topics are chosen by the members. The Fellowship of Reason does not pre-screen the speeches, and we do not censor them in any way. So we're always very excited to see what our members have to say. Another activity in the educational category is what we call For Sunday School. And For Sunday School occurs before Forum at the same location at Atlanta Free Thought Hall in Smyrna, Georgia at 10 a.m. This activity lasts up to 30 minutes, and it is a Sunday school, which is the topic is chosen by the member who makes the presentation. We've had presentations over the last 2 and 3 years on subjects related to finance, subjects related to philosophy, and more recently we have been talking about various artists. Most recently we had Vermeer and we had Vincent van Gogh discussed. Another educational activity is called For Poetry Club. And this activity meets on the 3rd Saturday of every month at 4 p.m. in a coffee shop on North Highland Avenue near Ponce de Leon in Atlanta, Georgia. This activity is conducted by one of our members who is very excited about poetry, and he is going through the Poets Laureate of the Library of Congress one at a time, and it will take some years to cover them all. Another activity that we have is For Book Club. Now this book club is completely full, and so there's no opportunity at the present to get on to go to the thing, but it occurs on the 2nd Tuesday of every month. It's at a home of a member in Sandy Springs, Georgia. It's preceded by a potluck, and then there's discussion of the book of the month. And the final of the 5 educational activities I want to share with you is what we call For Lecture and Discussion Group. And we've been doing this for well over 10 years, and what we do is we play a taped lecture course for 30 minutes, and then we discuss it, and then 30 more minutes of lecture, and then 30 more minutes of discussion. The source of the lectures is typically an internet video. Right now, we are listening to Yale online courses on a philosophical subject. The activity is always preceded by a potluck, and it's a great time, and we've been doing it, as I say, for well over a decade. Now please be aware that all of our activities are listed on meetup.com/Fellowship of Reason, and you are more than welcome to join that meetup group. You're automatically, all you have to do is click on it, you're a member. We don't screen that. We love to have your presence there, And so while I'm listing a lot of things, you can go back and find them online at meetup.com. The next category of meetup is social. And right now we have two social activities. The first one is For Pub, and this occurs on the third Wednesday of every month at 7 p.m. and we meet in one of Atlanta's oldest and certainly my favorite bar on North Highland in Atlanta, Georgia. Fantastic time. This is a great time to meet us because it's low-key. If you don't like us, you can obviously get up from the table and leave, and it's no embarrassment. We'd love to have you visit us there. Another social activity, the other social activity I'm going to mention, is For Epicures. Now, this is something that happens every 3 months, and a member who's directing this picks a fine restaurant in Atlanta, and some number of us go to that. The largest number is about 12. This is a very expensive activity, but it's really, really great. The final category that I want to discuss is the athletic category. And I use athletic in parentheses because we have two. One is called For Runners, and the other is called For Rocks. For Runners is a Sunday morning activity. We meet every Sunday morning at 8 o'clock near Candler Park, and we walk around the park. We go 4 miles. It takes about an hour and 15 minutes. And then after that, we go and have breakfast at a nearby famous Atlanta breakfasting place. We do this every Sunday morning except the first Sunday of the month when we're at Forum. The other activity occurs on the Saturday before Forum, and we call it For Rocks. And at 3 o'clock on the Saturday before Forum, we walk to the top of the Stone Mountain and back. Now, I said we do 10 activities. I've only listed 9, but I'm going to suggest to you a whole bunch of other things that happen sort of catch as catch can. I want to mention that we have done over the years quite a large number of things, including opera, symphony, ballet, Shakespeare Tavern. We did a movie night for many years. We did a meetup called Does Reason Work, which was fun. The ladies in our group took a trip to Chicago. In March of this year, the ladies of our group are going to go to the Netherlands to look at the great painters and other things, such as Vermeer. And we have, in years past, done lots of hiking in the North Georgia mountains, including one trip to North Carolina when we went up and down Grandfather Mountain. Currently, we go to the Hike In, which is a refuge in the North Georgia mountains. You have to walk in, you have to hike in for 5 miles, and when you get there, you're at this little hotel that has only an outhouse and bunks and an eating room. It's this fantastic, fantastic space if you haven't been there. On the second day, we typically walk to the Springer Mountain, which is the starting point of the Appalachian Trail and back, and then on the third day, we walk out. We do this typically the 3 days before Christmas, and it's fantastic. I'm always looking forward to having some snow. It's only happened once. Currently, a member is conducting a close reading of James Joyce's Dubliners. We have already done Ulysses. Over a period of 3 years and 10 months, we did a close reading of James Joyce's Ulysses. That's in the past, obviously. As you can see, we have a lot of fabulous activities. We are open to everyone, and anyone who enjoys education is more than welcome to come. Don't be afraid to visit. None of us is an expert. We are all amateurs who love learning. You don't need to make presentations. We are happy to have an enthusiastic audience and friends to socialize with. To start small, as I already mentioned, you can come to For Pub and meet us in a low and friendly environment, low stress and friendly environment. So, I hope to see you soon. Thank you for your interest in the Fellowship of Reason. Please come.